Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Frontal Access Podcast. I'm your host, Steven Rizzo.
I'm Anthony Gonzalez.
Let's fucking get it. All right, man. I had a shitty week.
Yes, you did, but you know what's looking up?
What's looking up?
Fights.
Fights are looking up, guys. This weekend. Not this week. Actually, by the time this is uploaded, it will be this weekend. This weekend's UFC 322, guys. You guys excited? You guys ready? Do you guys know what this means?
Y'all better be excited.
You better know what this means. Because here's what we got to say. All right. Enough beating around the bush. UFC 322, guys. Jack Della Maddalena, our reigning, defending welterweight champion of the world, after a stunner in Chicago, Illinois. I believe it was in Chicago. Against Bilal Muhammad, winning the belt back in May. And he is now facing the former exponentially dominant and heartbreaking Islam Makhachev. So, this is Makhachev's first time going up a weight class and, getting his shit done. But, guys, also, the fun doesn't just stop there. Guess who else is on this card? This fight that I've been clamoring for. This fight that I keep talking your ear off about. The one that I've been wanting to see for many years now. Valentina Shevchenko puts up her flyweight title against Weili Zhang this weekend. We also have a bunch of awesome fighters on here. We have Sean Brady and Michael Morales. We have Leon Edwards and Carlos Prates. We have Beneil Dariush and Benoit Saint-Denis. And even the prelims, guys. Even the prelims are pretty fucking stacked. We have No Bickle on this one, as well as Rodolfo Vieira. We have Roman Kopylov and Gregory Rodriguez. That one's going to be a banger. We also have Aaron Blanchfield and Tracy Cortez. We have Malcolm Wellmaker and Cody Haddon. And on the early prelims, it doesn't just stop there, guys. The early prelims are even better. No, they're not even better, but they're,
I was gonna say,
they're not even better. But they're also very fucking good. We have Kyle Dawkins and Gerard Mearshart. We have Pat Sabatini and Chet Marshall. We have Angela Overkill Hill and Fatima Klein. And we have two guys that I have no idea who the hell they are. And we have Basinger Sakurayev and Eric McConaughey. I totally butchered both of your names.
Just for the hell of it, they're probably going to put on Fight of the Night.
Watch that happen.
They're probably going to be like, fuck that Steven guy.
Yeah, they're going to be like, you know what? You know what we got to do? We got to go put on a fucking banger because this one kid on a YouTube channel with 40 subscribers, love all you guys, decided to say that we weren't worth it. Well, guys, this is going to be one hell of a fucking fight card, and it's going down in the Big Apple, New York City, Madison Square Garden. You know UFC always shows up for Madison Square Garden. I was there for UFC 281. Tough to say it, but 3 years ago, when Israel Adesanya took on Alex Pereira for the first time in MMA, as well as a banger fight between Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler. And, it was just overall a really good night of fights. Pretty much every fight ended in, the first round. It was absolutely wild. But, yeah, this is it, guys. This is the one. UFC always shows up for Abu Dhabi most of the time. I mean, they didn't really this time. They were really riding on Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gahn just for it to end at the end of the first round by a vicious eye poke from Cyril Gahn. I think the ghost of John Jones was in Cyril Gahn's ear like, hey, you should poke him in the eye. Do it right now. Yeah, I can almost guarantee you that's exactly what happened. But, in typical fashion on here, guys, we're going to go over fight by fight and with the ones that we think are worth it, which are most of them, to be honest. So, pretty much the guys that we've seen before, are knowledgeable of, to a point that we can talk about it for a little bit of a segment. And then, of course, we're going to give you our predictions. We're going to give you the odds. I mean, we're not a betting podcast, but we give you the betting odds anyway, because, fuck it. I mean, if you want to play. We don't play, but, if you want to, go ahead. Although, I feel like if I did bet on a couple of fights, I would have actually won. Just because I take a very analytical approach to this sport sometimes. But here's the thing. The minute I'm so dead set confident in one person winning and I put a bet on them, it's the moment that they're going to, this is the time it's going to be a fluke, And then they're going to lose. But that's my feelings on UFC betting. I don't know. Anthony, what do you feel about it?
I feel like if we got our sponsorship money,
we'd be
able to place more bets and advise on that more.
We got Pepsi right here, guys. I mean, Mountain Dew, Pepsi, hit us up. I mean, frontrowAccess15@gmail.com. We'll take any sponsorship deal that you can possibly offer us, even if it's the bottom of the rung. We'll fucking take it. You know,
Yes, sir.
because we are that desperate at this point in time. So, also, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to what's it called? Molson Coors. You know, um, Miller Coors. You know, uh, we love your products. I am 22 years of age now. And Anthony is 30, 31. So,
31. You've had
Anthony's
one
31.
sip and you already forgot your age.
I haven't even taken a sip yet. This is bullshit. I didn't even take a fucking sip, Anthony. Why are you telling me this? Why are you telling me that? Why are you giving him fake news? It's okay. I'm full of fake news. No, I'm not. I try to fact check my shit before I put it out there. Always. Damn near refreshing after the fucking week I had. But, guys, this is going to be a fun card. But before we get into the fights, there's something I have to announce. Guys, if you guys have been around here for a while, you would know one of our first podcasts that Anthony and I ever really put out there was one on NF. And we went over all his albums, our favorites from him, and in anticipation of Hope, his then new album that's now 2 years old. We've been doing this shit for 2 fucking years. And we've immersed a nice 40 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, that's what we got. So we were we went over all of NF's albums and discography in anticipation of Hope, and then we also went over Hope when it came out. So that being said, the Outcast has finally returned, guys. He's back. It's been 2 years. He's back. I guess having kids is a little bit time consuming, I guess.
They kind of take up a bit of his time.
Fine. Like, I guess so. He's got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. I guess they take up a lot of time. But no, actually though, NF is releasing an album. Also by the time this is out this week. So, yeah, we're gonna be going over that for you guys once it comes out. It's an EP. I think there's only 8 tracks on it. It's not very big, but it's new NF music, guys. We gotta do it. I have been listening to NF all fucking week. I'm like dead in the middle of re-listening to all of his albums. I'm on therapy session right now. To be honest, I'm not doing it in sequential order. I'm doing it in like a random order. I started with Hope, shockingly, the most recent album. Then from Hope, I went to The Search. From The Search, I went to Clouds. From Clouds, I went to Mansion. From Mansion, I'm going to Therapy Session. And then after I'm done with Therapy Session, I'm ending with, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't seen that episode yet, my favorite NF album, Perception. So, that's gonna be quite. I wanted to say my favorite for last. I guess but it's exciting. It's always exciting when NF drops because he never drops. And when he does, it's like oh shit. It's like a big deal. But enough about NF. That's next week's episode. Spoiler. So let's go over these fights, shall we? Let's start down in the early prelims. Once I fucking get my happy ass down that bitch. All right, here we are. I want to talk about Angela Overkill Hill and Fatima Klein. Okay, both girls are pretty prominent. That at least what we've noticed. I think Anthony and I have watched both of these girls fight a couple times now.
Yeah.
Especially Angela Hill. So as the odds currently have it right now, Angela Hill is the plus 300 underdog to Fatima's minus 400 favorite. That's according to the ESPN website. I think ESPN does their betting odds off of DraftKings.
Yep.
So, let's talk about it, right? So, Angela Hill has had a bit of an up and down streak as of late, and a little inactive, to be honest with you. She lost back in August of 2024. Then she won in February this year, and then she just lost again this year. So, I mean, she's been a little up and down lately.
Roller coaster, that one.
But at the same time, Angela Hill always tends to have this, like, notion to her. Some days she shows up, she's a fucking killer, and, like, she, like, whoops absolute ass. But then there are other days where she's just shit. Her record as it stands right now is 18-15. That is, pretty bad, to say the least. That was pretty bad. I don't know how she's been able to stay for this long, if I'm being completely honest with you, with a record like that.
Well, she had a good deal with them.
Yeah, she had a good deal, or maybe there's something else going on. But Fatima Klein, as she stands right now, is the 8-1 favorite. Is the eight and 1 right now. She is the favorite. She's on a 2-fight winning streak. She fought once in January this year and once in July. She's on her way to her third fight this year, which is awesome. We love our active fighters, you know. And her last loss came in July of 2024 to Jasmine Jazz Davicius, which that's okay. Jazz Davicius had a bit of a career resurgence in the past couple of years.
I wouldn't get in the octagon with her.
No, hell no. I wouldn't get in the octagon with any of them, to be honest. Even Angela Hill, despite the record, she's still whooping my ass. Here's the thing. They do this shit professionally. So, doesn't matter. If you're doing this as your job, you're going to kick anybody's ass that just wants to fight you. So, that being said, though, Fatima doesn't really have a striking style or, like, a fighting style to her. She kind of is a everything fighter. Angela Hill, very much more a striker than anything else. But man, just because of how unpredictable Angela Hill is, I don't know. Anthony, do you have any thoughts on this?
This one's definitely going to be a toss in the air for me. Because I like both of them. And I know both of them can put the other one out, in a way. I don't know who's going to do it first.
Really? Yeah, I mean, I'm personally going with Fatima here, just because I don't have full trust that Angela Hill shows up. I just never have that trust in her, which is awful for me to say. Because I actually don't inherently dislike Angela Hill. I just can't trust her to win, So, that being said, I think Fatima wins by something. I don't know what it is, but by something. What's your prediction, Ant?
I'll probably say Fatima then. And I'll go with round 3 knockout.
Round 3 knockout. TKO or flat out?
TKO.
TKO. Some ground and pound until the ref says, okay, that's enough. Unless it's Jason Herzog.
Yeah, then
if it's Jason Herzog, it's a fight to the death.
That's Smear lost.
That's, there's going to be a life lost that day. So, moving on, though, Kyle Dawkins and Gerald Mearshart. I mean, I've never been impressed by the Dawkins brothers. Neither of them. Either Kyle Dawkins or, I can't even remember his brother's name right now, but Chris Dawkins. Not Kyle nor Chris. I've just never seen them as, like, top-tier fighters. Granted, like I said, everything's subjective here. They're still whooping my ass any given day of the week, but I've never been impressed with the Dawkins brothers. Never have, and I don't think I ever will. And, but I've also never been impressed by Gerald Mearshart or anything like that. So essentially, this is going to be a battle of the fucking gatekeepers. Not even gatekeepers. They're the battle of the fucking bottom, fighting over last place right now. I've never been impressed with either of these guys. I really haven't. I've seen Kyle Dawkins and his brother Chris Dawkins fight plenty of times now. They're very active fighters. I do got to give them respect where respect is due. We do like the active fighters, but they just don't impress me. Even when they do win, it's not an impressive win,
I was going to say, what was it? I just had it, too. Damn it.
Did you finish your full throttle already?
Yeah, that shit's gone.
Damn, bro.
I can pop one of these
Gotta
bad
pop
boys.
them dudes. There, let's hear that. Let's hear that crack. Let's hear that crack. You gotta get a ritual. Oh, yeah, he's priming it. Priming it. Alright, okay, not bad, not bad. That was like an 8, I would say.
Yeah,
An 8.
That was an 8.
And maybe an 8, maybe 7.8 to 8, around there. That was pretty good, not bad. I don't really have a crack sound effect, guys. I just have a beer bottle.
We'll put one on these.
Just,
Just for when we don't have something to crack. Just put it on that.
I'll
hit play there.
There probably is a way to upload to this thing. I just gotta fucking figure it out. It's just a matter of figuring it out. But regardless, though, I've never been impressed with either guy. So to be honest, I just want to see who sucks less. And compared to the okay, there's a little commotion going on upstairs.
Something happened.
Something happened. It's all right. Anyway, as the odds have it right now, Kyle Dawkins is the minus 370 favorite to Gerald Mearshart plus 280. I don't understand where those odds came from. I am gonna tell you, I do think Dawkins is slightly better than Mearshart, but once again, I've never been impressed by the Dawkins brothers nor Jared Mearshart. So I will agree with the favorite, but I don't think he should be as heavy a favorite as he is here.
To be honest, from these guys, I think I've seen one impressive thing from Mershot, and I don't even know how long ago that was. So I'm
Yeah.
going to say him.
So yeah, say
Whatever the
Mearshart.
hell that thing was, I saw that time ago.
Watch us be like completely undermining this. Then on fight day, it's like the best fight of the
It's
fucking
going to be fight
night.
of the night.
It's gonna be like a war, and it's gonna be like beautiful chaos, and we're gonna be like, wow, we shouldn't have dissed him on the podcast. But we'll be straight up. If you follow our TikTok, Front Row Access on TikTok, you get our live updates all the time. Like whenever we're watching a fight, because we watch every Saturday. We don't always do coverage for like the fight nights and whatnot, unless it's a really big fight night. But we do coverage for pay-per-views, obviously, and we usually only do our live reactions for pay-per-views. But last week, we actually had a really solid fight night.
Oh, yeah.
Where we actually had to comment on it. So we always get updates there. I mean, we watching every Saturday. We watching every Saturday up in this bitch. Like, we are a hardcore fan. We've been doing that for the past not even. We've been doing that for the past 3 fucking years, man. We've been doing this shit for a while. And we're not stopping. Because guess what, guys? Like I always say on the TikToks, you never know when you're going to see something special. And that's why we always watch. That's why we love it. It's great. It's time to get together, have a couple brewskis, and have a good time. But as of right now, as it stands though, I will go with Dawkins for now. And we'll definitely we got our coverage on the TikTok, so be on the way out.
Yeah, if we see something interesting in that match, we'll let you guys know.
Or with any of the fights that we're not covering today. Like, say something crazy happens in the Pat Sabatini and Chep Mariscal fight on the early prelims, and we see something crazy like the bro does a flying knee or like a spinning heel kick or some bullshit.
Y'all will know about it.
You will know about it. I'll pick up my phone and report that out. But anyway, let's go into the prelims now. Quite the undercard though, I will say before we get right into it. You know what I'm saying, Ant?
Oh yeah.
Like, listen to this shit. We got No Bickle in the featured prelim. He's going against Rodolfo Vieira, Roman Kopylov and Gregory Rodriguez, Aaron Blanchfield and Tracy Cortez, and Malcolm Wellmaker and Cody Haddon. I'm actually impressed by like all of these fighters that are on this prelim, and I actually have seen all of them fight a good amount of times, and
it's a hell of a lot more impressive than 221 was.
221 was weird, man. 221 was half baked, like we said on the podcast. It was very much half baked, and they were really riding on fucking
Gone not to fuck shit up.
Gone and Aspinall, and then the main event got fucked. Like seriously, it got fucked. I'm like, that was a tough pay per view. That was a tough one.
And what the fuck is with the weird ref calls now that we're getting?
I know, like home dude called the fight, right? There was one fight. It was like a total TKO victory. Like the ref stepped in, dude was getting wailed on. He stopped the fight. There was like 5 seconds left.
Yep.
And then they still go back to their corner, and there was a round 2. I'm like, I thought you called the fight. And then on top of that, when the other one, like, what was the thing that happened last week? It was an eye poke again, where they actually restarted the fight. It was the Cortez Acosta fight.
Oh yeah.
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 The Cortez Acosta fight.
I think we did a small update about that on our.
It was on the TikTok. It was so weird. Like they called the fight, but then they put the fight back on, and then Cortez Acosta won the fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, the bro won and lost the fight in the same day. Like, what the fuck? Like, we wanted Cortez Acosta to win. We did. We like him over here, It's a pretty cool, big Dominican guy. I like the fact that he played baseball at one point, so.
That one was something like, just real bad eye poke. Doctor was coming in to stop it. Actually,
the ref stopped it.
Yeah, ref stopped it. He called it like it would be a TKO because he couldn't defend himself. Because he got his eye, fucking gouged out.
Yeah, because he got his eye poked, and that's why he called the fight. But then they looked back at the replay and said, "Oh, that was an accidental eye poke. I should have stopped the fight." And then,
And so then, with no time having been frozen, they put the time on the clock. Then, Costa,
Cortez Acosta, yeah,
Cortez Acosta said, "No, I can still fight," because they were gonna call it fucking DQ. It was gonna be
no contest,
no
off an
contest.
accidental eye.
And then he gets back in his corner and completely fucks on this
Yeah,
guy.
they completely fucking destroyed him.
He's like,
Like,
"Fuck you!"
came out the corner with a cracking right hand, and the bro just died.
But what the fuck's with the refs?
Yeah, what's going on with the refs lately? Plus, Jason Herzog, I swear, is getting paid off now.
Yep.
You know, it's like weird. And then we had the weird betting odds incident. I don't know if you guys have seen coverage of this on like ESPN or Bloody Elbow or something like that. There was a fight that happened last weekend where the betting odds went through the roof for the other guy in the middle of the fight, and it didn't even seem like it was going to be that much. Dana White actually brought the FBI in to investigate that one because the coach, I forget the two fighters' names right now, but the coach for one of the fighters is actually a part of like the most like notable like underground betting MMA fight scam and throwing fights. Like how this guy was even allowed back in the building, I don't know.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
like, if he's known to be an underground worker, what the fuck
like
is he
it
doing
was
in the
so
building?
weird. Like we saw there was like I remember DC was like fucking tweaking in his seat, like he's doing nothing to defend the choke. You know, even though the dude should have been defending that choke easily, and the betting odds went through the roof for the other guy, and he was the big underdog of the fight. Like all of a sudden he's like a minus 1,200 favorite. You know, like it's because they told the other corner to throw the fight. You know, so or supposedly, obviously, you're not guilty till you're innocent till proven guilty, supposedly. So it's a little bit murky, but Dana White definitely had the FBI look in on this, and knowing the track record of this one particular coach in this one particular fighter's corner, which I'm forgetting their names right now, um, it probably happened. He probably threw the fight.
Yeah.
He probably threw the fight, or told, or made out some kind of deal like, hey, if you let your guy throw the fight, we're gonna give you this much payment, or something like that. There was some shady shit that happened, and plus the refs have been all sorts of wonky lately. I don't know what the fuck's going on at the UFC and the referee and the athletic commissions right now. It's so fucking weird. But regardless, let's get to these prelims. We got Malcolm Wellmaker, this fucking phenom at bantamweight who's 10-0 right now. And every single time I've seen this dude fight, he's had a good fight, you know? And it's easy to remember him because his last name is Wellmaker. So, easy to follow. He's fighting Cody Haddon of Australia. Malcolm Wellmaker. Let's look at his last couple fights, shall we? He's won by first or second round knockout in his last 4 fucking fights. Isn't that wild?
That's crazy.
Alright, this motherfucker was on Dana White's Contender Series back in 2024, and he won with an hellacious KO in round 1. He made his debut a couple months later, another round 1 knockout, and then he fought again on Usman and Buckley card. He got another first round knockout. This guy has been on a rip and tear through this fucking division since coming here through the Dana White's Contender Series, and you know how Dana White feels about his Contender Series boys. He straps a fucking rocket to them because it's his show.
Yeah, he wants all the eyes on him.
He wants all the eyes. So, like, any single time a person comes into the Dana White's Contender Series and wins, especially emphatically, you get a rocket strapped to you as soon as you get to the UFC. It's kind of crazy. It's like a fucking cheat code. But Wellmaker, though, despite, obviously it's big hype, big hype right now. But every time I've watched this guy fight, the past 3 fights, usually at the 3rd fight you start to check and see if they're frauds or not. This dude has passed every fucking test. So, safe to say, I am a budding Malcolm Wellmaker fan as of right now. I'm kind of feeling like I'm feeling this kind of way for Malcolm Wellmaker the same way I was feeling about Lerone Murphy last year. So, maybe I got this weird intuition when it comes to fighters. Maybe I do. But, yeah, I am totally expecting him to win this fight. There's no odds for it right now, but Cody Haddon, hasn't fought in a while, if I remember correctly. Let me double
So
check.
this is more feeding then.
Hmm?
So this is more feeding then.
Yeah, this is more feeding. Yeah, I'm right. Haddon hasn't fought since October 12th of last year. So he's been out for a whole year. I don't know why he's been out a year. He could have been injured for all I know. But time away versus dude that has a rocket strapped to him right now. I'm thinking this is some rather healthy match, some rather helpful, like, here you go, matchmaking for Wellmaker here, but I'm okay. I'm all for it. I'm calling Malcolm Wellmaker by round 1 knockout again. So, there we go.
Hey, I ain't gonna say no to the trend. Let's go. Round 1 knockout.
He's proved more than consistent. you know, this dude's winning by round 1 or 2 knockouts every time. This dude hasn't been to a decision since 2023. Like, that's crazy. And he fights pretty actively too. It's not like he's just a lame duck. He's fighting pretty actively. Anyway, moving on to probably one of the most. I mean, all of these prelims are pretty exciting from here up, but this is one of the most intriguing ones, mostly because it involves one girl that I've particularly been paying attention to a whole lot lately, and that girl is Erin Blanchfield. Obviously, Erin Blanchfield, her last time out against Manon Fiorot did not go her way, but then again, you lost to Manon Fiorot. That is a-okay. Actually, no. She was scheduled to face Macy Barber earlier this year, but didn't end up happening. You know, she did beat Nama Yunus in November last year, and she lost. Actually, no, yeah, she lost to Nama Yunus. That was her last fight. Yeah, that's fine. You can lose to Nama Yunus. Um, you can also lose to Manon Fiorot. That's perfectly fine too. You know, both these girls are pretty tough, and she was supposed to fight Macy Barber earlier this year, but Macy Barber took a seizure right before the fight. Unfortunately, they were getting ready to walk out. I was super excited to see these two girls fight, and ultimately, the hands of time said, "Nah, not today." So, Erin Blanchfield obviously been in camp for a while now. Probably never stopped working out, and now she's going up against Tracy Cortez. Tracy Cortez also making a bit of waves as of late, just beating Vivian Araujo her last time out. I think she retired Vivian Araujo. I think Araujo retired after that fight, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think so too.
Only losing to Rose Namajunas, which that's fine. You lost to Rose Namajunas. And then she beat Jazz Devicius too. That was the last loss that Jazz Devicius took before she went on her big win streak. So Tracy Cortez is definitely up there, and she's been out for a little while now. She hasn't fought in a couple of weeks, couple of months. Might have even been actually. Let me double check when her last fight was because I'm not remembering right now. I probably just said it too, but I'm gonna double check and repeat. Excuse myself. Repeat myself. June 28th. Okay, yeah, she did fight recently, but that fight recently happened after a year off. All right, get it now. Odds as they stand right now, Erin Blanchfield is the minus 185 favorite to Tracy Cortez as the plus 155 underdog. I think those odds are very fair. Both these girls have a potential, have a path to victory. And both of them are dogs. They're both tough as nails, and they both fucking mean it when they do it. They will go to war on the feet. They will go to war on the ground. I think if I'm Tracy Cortez, I'm going to try to avoid the ground with Erin Blanchfield because Blanchfield's jiu-jitsu is just superb. Cortez, though, she got some crispy striking. Don't be sleeping on Tracy Cortez on this shit. So I, honest to God, think these odds are very, very fair. And I'm excited to watch this fight. I really am. Like, this, I'm actually kind of hyped for this fight. I'm like, yeah,
I was
let's
gonna say
get
this
it.
definitely could be the fight of the night, honestly.
Like, yeah, let's get it. Because every single time I've seen Erin Blanchfield or Tracy Cortez fight, they leave with a fucking crimson mask. So, like, they're leaving it all out there, you know? So, it's epic. I'm so looking forward to this fight. But, I know that both have fought recently, but Erin Blanchfield has been consistently training since the beginning of this year. I can only assume Tracy Cortez will just hop back on the horse recently. So that being said, just because of how much she's been training lately, I'm going to favor Erin Blanchfield for this fight. I don't think she's gonna beat her by a finish though. I think it's gonna be a decision. So I am taking Erin Blanchfield to beat Tracy Cortez. What you
I
got in it?
think I'm gonna go with Cortez here.
Go Cortez. All right.
I love Blanchfield,
Mm-hmm.
and I like Cortez too, and I feel like I'm gonna get a surprise.
This would be your surprise of the
Yeah.
night. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Both girls have a path to victory. I'm in no way saying that they don't. Like, they 100% do. You know?
One of the dumbest things you could ever do is count out Blanchfield, so.
Or Cortez, for that matter. Don't just take Cortez for a pretty face. For real. So, that being said, that should be a banger. I'm so looking forward to it. I think this is actually the third year in a row that Erin Blanchfield has fought in New York, which
Really?
is
All
really
that
cool.
mystery?
Yep. Well, she's from New Jersey, so, you know.
Hey, we were in New Jersey.
We were in New Jersey. You know, she's right across the bridge in New Jersey. You know, her dad probably worked in New York, or her mom,
Oh, yeah.
something like that when she was growing up. So, there you go. Anyway, next up, another one that has the potential to be fight of the night, or at the very least, performance of the night. I actually would say probably more performance of the night for this fight, for this one rather than a fight of the night, just because I don't think it's going to be as warish, but it could be. I am, of course, talking about Roman Kopylov, one of our scariest motherfuckers, and he is going up against Gregory Rodriguez, another one of our scary motherfuckers. So, Gregory Robocop Rodriguez. I'm a big fan of Robocop. I'm a big fan of Kopylov. This is a great fight for both guys at this point. They're both coming off a loss. I'm pretty sure Kopylov lost last time out against Paulo Costa. Yep. And Gregory Rodriguez. Let's see. What happened with good old Robocop? I feel like he lost to a pretty high profile guy last time out. Jack Hermanson. Yeah. So that was back in June of this year that Rodriguez fought Kopylov. Once again, fought in. Fuck me running. I lost it. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Last time Kopylov was in the octagon was against Paulo Costa, and that was in July. So they both been same amount of time away from the octagon. Which doesn't mean they've also fought other times this year. Both of these guys are very active fighters. They're very active finishers. So, honest to God, I see more of a performance of the night coming out of this fight than a fight of the night. And I'm giving the performance of the night to. This is a tough one because I love both these guys. I want to see them both fight. But I, honest to God, think. This is a toughie, actually. I mean, Ant, you got any feelings on this fight right now? Like, any immediate thoughts, or are you also struggling like me right now?
I feel like this fight was a long time coming.
It is. These guys have been on a collision course for a while now. Fucking middleweight division. Obviously, that division is locked the fuck down by Hamzat Chimaev right now. But doesn't matter. This is still a pretty big fight at that weight class to get some movement going, so we can get a contender for Hamzat. When he fights again, which will probably be next year. So,
Yeah, a year from now.
Year from now, and then it'll be another year from now. It'll be another year from now, and then maybe he'll lose or retire. But I can't immediately. There's nothing that immediately stands out for me with this fight. I mean, there is stuff that stands out, but I mean like a winner. No winner sticks out to me.
I couldn't tell you how or why, but I'm gonna say Kopylov.
I think I'm with you. I mean, on paper, you would probably think RoboCop, just because like he's been in more like big time fights. I would say he's gotten more fight night main events than Roman Kopylov. He's gotten more exposure to the public, and he's got more weapons than Kopylov for sure. But I would say he knows how to use all of his weapons pretty well. Kopylov, I mean, although he can hold his own on the ground, he's a striker, guys. But yeah, I think I'm with you though. Something is nudging me towards Kopylov right now. And as the odds have it, it's pretty close, and it's rightfully close. It's a plus 150 underdog for Roman Kopylov and a minus 180 favorite for Gregory Robocop Rodriguez. So, yeah, I think I'm with you. I think I'm taking Kopylov to win this. I don't know how. I don't
Exactly.
know
I
when.
don't know how.
I don't know how. I don't know when. I don't know by what method. But I think Kopylov is gonna get this done somehow. I mean, his last fight was against Paulo fucking Costa. I mean, there was a time when Costa was like the most dangerous thing at middleweight. There really was.
That's because no one could figure out what he was drinking.
It's a secret juice. The secret juice.
No one knew.
Nobody knew. Now that the secret's out, though, people be secret juicing themselves to, counterbalance the secret juice that Paulo Costa is bringing to the table. But let's go to our featured prelim now. Taking Roman Kopylov Both of us. We love both of you fighters, though. Cheers to you.
Hey, if any of you guys want to come over here on the podcast or in rural ass Rhode Island, we're here.
If you want to come out to the middle of God fuck all nowhere, we'd happily have you on. I don't
Well,
really know how we'd set that up. We only have 2 mics, but
we'll meet you right at the middle of nowhere.
yeah, we'll meet you right there. We'll get a comment from you. So that's great. But let's move on to our featured prelim now, which actually got a demotion. This was originally supposed to be a main card fight. It was replaced by what was it? Beneil Dariush and Benoit Saint-Denis took the place of this one, which I think is fair. You know, I mean, and plus, like, featured prelim, that's not a bad spot to be. And Bo Nickel has been on too many main cards for the point of the career that he's in, to be honest with you. I mean, I like Bo Nickel, don't get me wrong. He's a cool dude. But, like, he's definitely been in way too many pay-per-view main cards than he should be at this point in his career. And Beneil Dariush hasn't been in enough. Neither has Benoit Saint-Denis, because both of those guys have paid their dues, especially Beneil. I can't expect Beneil to be fighting anywhere but a main card, to be honest. Like, even though he's not, like, standing out to me much right now, he's still Beneil Dariush. This is still a guy that we were thinking, like, oh, what if he beats Islam, Because that was the fight that almost never came to be. That fight almost happened a couple times, but never did. And this was the guy that we thought would, like, challenge Charles Oliveira at some point back when we were in the Olive era. But it's been a rough ride for Beneil as of late, but we're not quite there yet. Bo Nickel, I think this is a good spot for him to be in. So as of right now, especially off his last performance, which he did not do so good in.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he's being fed.
Yeah, because he faced Rainer de Ritter, and Rainer de Ritter just destroyed him. I hate to say it. And Rodolfo Vieira here, let's see who he's fought, huh? Yeah, he hasn't really fought anybody. His biggest person that he fought was Andrelov Petrosky. That's like his most high profile name. So I think as of right now they're trying to give Bo Nickel a tune up because of his last performance with Rainer de Ritter. Rainer de Ritter just destroyed No Bickle, to be honest. So as the odds currently stand right now, Bo Nickel is the minus 235 favorite to the plus 190 underdog Rodolfo Vieira, and I have to agree with it. Bo Nickel is a crazy talent. I will always acknowledge his skill. I mean, a lot of people are like, "Oh, he's overrated. Oh, he got overpushed." I'm like, a lot of people do. Okay, so get over yourself. This is where he's at. He doesn't have a main card fight. I would have been mad if they kept this fight on the main card and they kept Beneil in the prelims, to be honest with you. I would have been right there with you, equally mad. But I think Bo Nickel's got this, probably by destruction, I would say. Probably by destruction. Or a boring ass decision, which can also be seen as destruction. But
I was gonna say I'm also really tired of seeing how some of these guys get treated.
Yeah,
Like
Bo Nickel, I mean, he's cool.
silver platter.
Yeah, but he's been
Silver
handed a
platter.
lot. Like, there are people that have worked so fucking hard to get to that point,
And right now, silver platter.
Yeah.
He is being fed.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's a pick-me-up fight.
Yeah, it's a tune-up. That's what it is. Because they put him up against an elite level competition in Rainer de Ritter, and he failed.
And all he said was, there are levels.
Yep. That's it. I mean, Rainer de Ritter is the case where it's like Bo Nickel's UFC born and bred. He got his start in NCAA wrestling. Because if you actually look back and see Bo Nickel, like, when in his wrestling days, all of his matches are recorded and you can watch them if you have any, like, interest in watching, like, just purely wrestling. Bo Nickel was fucking nasty. Like, let me tell you something. That dude was one hell of a fucking wrestler. And that talent alone is what got him to the big leagues. He made his debut at UFC 300. Like, come on, man. And then he's been handed main card fight after main card fight on pay-per-views. And to be honest, he's won, but he hasn't, like, impressed. I like Bo Nickel. I have more positive opinion of Bo Nickel than negative. But, like, I can admit when you're in a spot that you shouldn't be. And he was in a spot where he shouldn't have been. And this is where he should be. I think he should be like a featured prelim fight night main event. You know, that's where Bo Nickel is right now. He is not co-main event like he was on one pay-per-view card. He's not co-main event. He's not featured fight. He's definitely not a main event. You know, I wouldn't even say based off of his track record lately, he ain't even at fucking main card right now. But I think this is his time to shine. I think he's actually going to get this win here, and people might start looking at it a bit differently for Bo Nickel. So I'm taking Bo Nickel. What you got?
It said Bo Nickel is being fed right now.
Yeah, he's being fed on a silver platter.
He's got this easy win for him.
Yeah, so let's move on to this main card, guys. Main card looks insane. I mean, this whole card is actually beautiful, to be honest with you. This is like, I'm pretty excited for this card. I really am.
Just so you guys know, on the rotation, I am the one who bought the last one.
Yes, he is.
Oh, fucking God.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, awful.
But this card though.
Yeah, I think this one's Quinn's.
Yeah, no, I mean this one's a lot fucking better.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is beautiful. This card is beautiful. It really is. Like, the undercard's great. Even some early prelims are notable. The main card, fuck it, forget it. This is a good main card right here. But let's get into it, shall we? We have Beneil Dariush, Benoit Saint-Denis. We have Leon Edwards, Carlos Prates. We have Sean Brady and Michael Morales. We have Valentina Shevchenko and Weili Zhang in the co-main event for the women's flyweight title. And we have Jack Della Maddalena and Islam Makhachev, the welterweight title main event. That's how we're going to close out Madison Square Garden. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about Beneil. Beneil's been on a rough patch for a while. This poor guy is getting he just won his last time out in June against Renato Moicano.
And thank God for that.
Thank God he beat Renato Moicano. He fucking needed that. And I had a feeling that Beneil would win that fight. Everybody's like, ooh, Renato Moicano, he just fought Islam. He's going to want to beat Beneil. I'm like, he's not going to beat Beneil. Beneil is on a fucking mission right now.
Moicano's good, though.
Moicano's good.
We're not trashing on fucking Moicano.
I love Moicano. We love Money Moicano. You know? We love Money Moicano. We really do. But
Dariush is someone who you can count on.
All the time. Like, this dude has, did y'all forget? I think y'all forgot.
Yeah.
I think y'all forgot.
Yeah, they forgot.
I think y'all forgot.
They forgot.
Like, yeah. He took the L to Charles Oliveira back in 2023, but that was a Charles Oliveira on a fucking mission.
That was Charles Oliveira. Guess what? I'm sorry, guys. I really am sorry. But I can 100% say for certain that our 40 subscribers aren't taking Oliveira. You guys aren't. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You're not going to take Charles Oliveira in a fight. You're not going to do it.
It's just not going to happen, man.
I fucking love that guy, dude. I really do.
Same. I'm so glad with his performance as of late.
Dude, he's been so good. I was so happy when he won. I was inebriated when he won, but yes. I remember that he won.
Yes, sir. Because that's a moment.
I was inebriated when he won. Pretty heavily inebriated when he won.
And I always get happy when Oliver is winning or when these guys are talking about him because he was my guy when I got here.
Which is, that's how it goes. And, Charles Oliveira, he lost to Charles Oliveira in 2023. Then he comes back 6 months later and he gets knocked the fuck out by Arman Sarukian. Like, Sarukian just disposes of my poor man.
Yeah, and you know what? You know why?
Because
Sarukian's fucking good.
It's Arman Sarukian.
He is fucking phenomenal.
And then, obviously, after that, Arman Sarukian, he didn't fight for about 2 years, but it's because he got injured. I think he had another kid. He had some shit going on.
Yeah, life shit happens. It doesn't stop because you wanted to.
Yeah, so he came back, though, and he came back fucking strong. Dude, when I didn't really have much of a shadow of a doubt that Beneil was going to lose that fight. Win that fight, rather. I was like, I think Beneil's got this. I think I even told you before that fight happened. I'm like, yeah. Beneil's got this. Like, everybody like, I don't know, Moicano. I'm like, Moicano's great. But this is Beneil's time. This is Beneil's time. And then he went out there, and he won a pretty dominant decision over Renato Moicano. That was his last time out. That was back in June. Which has earned him Not that he really needs to earn a fucking main card spot. I mean, he's Beneil fucking Dariush. But, like, he's not my favorite guy, but I respect the dude. You know, it's
He's
like,
not my favorite guy either, but I can always respect him in the octagon.
dude, he shows up. He shows up and he performs. Like, I mean, this is the same guy that, like, we were talking about, like, not all that long ago that, well, maybe he could end Charles Oliveira's reign back when Oliveira was doing. Like, this is the guy that we were talking about. This is the guy that we were like, ooh, maybe he fights Dustin Poirier, stuff like that.
Fucker was on fire.
Like, the dude was number 4, number 3 in the world until Armin Sarukian. But, Armin Sarukian's Armin Sarukian. And that's how it rolls sometimes. But I know I'm hyping up Beneil Dariush a whole lot right now, but Benoit Saint-Denis needs to be talked about.
Yeah, see, there was a really, really, really good reason why we were hyping up Dariush.
Yeah. There's an even better reason that we should be hyping up Benoit Saint-Denis right now.
Because this guy, he's standing across him in the octagon. He's a fucking monster.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he had that one little thing with Dustin Poirier. Back UFC 299, he got highlight reeled by Dustin Poirier.
And that's just it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Just like we were talking about Dariush. You're always on fire until you're not.
Yep.
Someone like Oliveira could put a stop to that fire. Someone like fucking Poirier did put a stop to that, you know?
Yeah.
It happens. It doesn't mean that they're not great.
Yeah.
It just means that the other guy
was better.
Had it in their back that day.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, like, he proceeded to get, like, highlight reeled by Dustin Poirier. He got sent halfway across that octagon.
And, on this same note, because I remember this time very clearly, everyone was fucking worried about Dustin Poirier here.
Yeah, everybody was worried about Dustin. Everybody's like, Dustin Poirier is going to get beat. He's going to retire. This is it. He's not going to be able to recover. He just lost to Gaethje. And then what did Dustin fucking do? Dustin said, fuck you. Bitch, I've been here. And that was that.
This is a great example of not counting a fighter out. Because it's... Sometimes it just comes down to a bad weight cut. Sometimes it's training problems. Sometimes it's just not your day. Sometimes it's their day. You never know.
Yeah, and then Benoit Saint-Denis, he took the L to Dustin.
Yep.
After having a tremendous round 1. He beat Dustin in round 1. And I can admit that as a Dustin stan. You know? He fucking beat him in round 1. And he beat him bad. It's like... I understood why people were anxious. I understood why I was anxious, too, going into that fight. I was extremely nervous going into that. I really was. But after that, he fought Renato Moicano, which that was a weird fight. Renato Moicano was pretty much being coerced to the title at this point as a backup. Like, I think they were going to throw him into a number 1 contender fight after this, but then he ended up becoming the number 1 contender because Armin Sarukian pulled out of the fight, But he lost to Moicano. That's fine. All right, we put him up against some pretty high-level competition right there. You had Dustin Poirier, you had Renato Moicano. You had, like, S tier in Dustin. You had A to B tier in Moicano. They were like, okay, let's take a step back. Let's put him against Prepelec. Somebody that's also been doing pretty good lately. Somebody that's been consistently winning, But, and, Benoit Saint-Denis got a couple losses. This guy might be on, like, a 3-4 fight win streak. He's been pretty consistent, but Benoit just lost to Dustin Poirier and Renato Moicano. So, let's give him this fight. Let's see what happens. Maybe this is Prepelec's time to shine. Maybe this is where Benoit comes back. Benoit comes back by a submission in round 2. A very dominant one at that. He did that at UFC 315 back in May of this year. And then, okay, all right, okay, he beat Prepelec. He did good. All right, let's put him up against another big-time surgeon contender like himself. Let's put him up against Mauricio Ruffi. Guy that's coming off knockout of the year, essentially, with that spinning kick back at UFC 313, I think it was. And, okay, he's coming off that big win. He's coming off that big win. He's part of the Fighting Nerds. He's been a surging contender as of late. Let's put him against Benoit. This is the perfect fight for Benoit. 2 hungry contenders going at it. What did Benoit do? Submitted him. Round 2, back in September. So, sure, he lost to the A to B tier, the S tier competition, but he's been losing to A to B tier contenders, you know? So he's making himself a bit more prominent. He's beaten other contenders. Now you earned your shot to go after a veteran again. You earned your shot to go after that S tier, that A tier, you know? And that's been Neil Dariush here. Like Benoit has built himself up from that Dustin Poirier loss pretty well, if I do
Yeah.
say so myself. Plus, that was very that was a very odd time for Benoit Saint Denis. Yeah, Benoit Saint Denis got the co-main event after nobody really knew who he was. I mean, if you were following the sport of MMA as religiously as I do, you knew who he was. But not everybody knew who he was. Now here's Dustin Poirier fighting this guy at the co-main event, UFC 299, right? So you're like, okay, who's this guy? That was way too early for him. He needed to fight more people before Dustin, but obviously, if I was not Benil Dariush, Benoit Saint Denis in that scenario, I would have taken the Dustin fight too. I would have been like, this is my time to prove myself. I'm going to be on a big stage. Let me go and try to do it. I came up short. Damn, it sucks. But it's okay. I lost to Dustin Poirier, you know? And then it's the same with like Renato Moicano. All right, this is a pretty big time fight. Moicano and Moicano's been on a tear recently. He's been on a bit of a resurgence. I'm coming off a loss to Dustin Poirier. Let me try my luck at Renato Moicano. I lost. Fuck. Well, I just lost to the guy that would challenge for the belt next. That's fine, you know. Let me go beat this Kyle Prepolek guy, the guy that's been making some waves. All right, I beat him. Let's fucking go. He was a pretty dangerous guy, but let me fight an even more dangerous guy, Mauricio Ruffy, who has all the eyes on him right now at this point in time. And he's like, okay, let's do it. And he wins. If I'm Benoit, I'm on cloud nine right now, to be honest. And now he's earned his spot, like I mentioned, to fight somebody that's been at the top, that's been there, that's fought elite level competition, that fought just out of prime Tony Ferguson, not like destroyed Tony Ferguson and the vegetable that we got towards the end of his career.
That
Um,
dude's still doing shit, right?
and he's still doing. I mean, he just won. He just won a boxing match.
Why couldn't he retire then?
He should have, but he didn't. But regardless, though, this is a very fun fight. This is a very interesting fight. I'm so super interested in how this fight goes. I am excited for Dariush. I'm excited for Benoit. I want to see these guys fight, and I think they're both in a position where they're going to want to beat each other. This is also another fight of the night potential, you know? But out of everything that I've said, Benil's been a bit iffy as of late. Benoit's been a little bit resurgy as of late. Benil and Benoit have reasons to win. They both do. I think Benoit has a stronger one, though. I think this might be the passing of the torch moment for Benil Dariush. That was better. That was a 9. That was a 9 right there.
See,
it's so hard with this fight because I love both these guys and respect the holy hell out of them.
At the start of when we hopped into the main card, when we started talking about this, I told y'all there was a reason why we were talking up Dariush. That's because when we say what we say, it's not because we don't respect the fighter. Okay?
We're just covering it.
Dariush is fucking great.
Love Dariush.
He's amazing.
Great guy.
You can see his work. You can see his highlight reel. You can tell this guy's got something special.
This guy's the guy.
But Benoit is doing all the right things right now and is on his way back to being able to challenge the top people like the Dustins and whatnot. And I think he's going to beat the shit out of Dariush. I really do. Now, I'm not saying Dariush isn't good. That's why I said we were talking him up. Because we understand how good he is. We've seen his fights.
We've seen plenty of them.
Amazing.
He's a great fighter.
Right now, though, Benoit Saint Denis is kicking ass.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he is going on a run to the title. If not there, to the top 5.
If he beats Dariush, he makes another case to try his bet at the top 5 again.
And they have enough reason to give it to him, too, because he
Yeah.
beat Dariush, because Dariush is fucking good.
Yeah, and I mean, I hate saying it because, like, I hate predicting against Dariush, you know? But I just think that's the way it is right now. Benoit's
Right now.
whooping ass at
Right
this
now.
current moment.
Right now, what? 7th, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, on the 7th of November, when we're recording this, Benoit Saint Denis has a better shot at this than Dariush.
And they both, it's not that they both don't have a reason. They both very much have a reason.
And
But,
you know what's really, really good?
Hmm.
Is that, let's just say, I'm sure we're not, this is all in jest. Let's just say Benoit Saint Denis didn't put all the effort into training. Dariush could beat the shit out of him
easy.
and then start his resurgence up the ladder.
Again.
And it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, no, this is a win. To be honest, I'm gonna be happy with whoever wins this
Yeah.
fight. I'm. This is the fight that I don't care who wins. I have an idea of who I think's gonna win,
Yep.
but I don't care who wins because either way, I'm going to be happy for them and I'm going to want them to move forward.
That's why we say these are like the fights to make.
These are the fun fights.
Like
These are the fun fights.
This is a great fight right here.
It's such a good fight. Both guys have so much to gain from this, but I just think Benoit's a little bit more dangerous right now. But not counting out Benil either, man. As the odds currently stand, Benoit Saint-Denis is the minus 210 favorite to the plus 175 underdog in Benil Dariush, which I think is fair.
That's what I feel right
I think
now.
that's very fair, you know? But surprises can happen. We'll always have that in our pocket, our back pocket, you know? But I'm taking Benoit Saint-Denis. I'm not going to tell you how, because I'm not confident in telling you how. But I am going to say Benoit Saint-Denis by something. He's going to take this win. You would agree?
Yep. Like I said, for me it's 65 or 70% Benoit Saint Denis.
I would say a 65 for me.
That still means
But, you
1
know.
out of 3 chances Dariush is going to win this.
Anyway, let's move on to another exciting fight. We have Carlos Prates and Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards, former welterweight champion of the world, did the head kick heard around the world. The one that has given me the loudest reaction. Yep, the loudest reaction to a knockout in a UFC event that I've ever had was Leon Edwards against Kamaru Usman all the way back in August of 2022. I have not since matched that excitement over a fight since then. That was like my holy grail. That was like, there's nothing that's beaten. It's been on a 3-year run of being my number one reaction in the world. I mean, I've had a couple of good reactions to the fights, you know? Like, and it's nice. I love giving my whole self to the screen. You know, I love, showing my passion for the sport because it's literally, it's how I am, man.
You love waking up our live studio audience.
I love waking up
Oh, my
Isaac when
dead
he's in a
sleep.
dead sleep. Just because of how much, but it's just, I love this sport, you know? Like, you guys know this by now. I made a whole podcast over love for the sport. You know, I've infected
You
people.
do? What's it called?
Huh?
What's it called?
Front Row Access Podcast.
And where can we reach that?
Where can we reach Front Row Access Podcast?
Yes.
Oh, we can reach them on Instagram. We can go on Twitter. We're on TikTok. We're not on Facebook because fuck Facebook. And, of course, frontrowaccess15@gmail.com for any brand deals and any requests. Obviously, you guys can use that email address too. I check it rarely. I'll be honest. I had a time where I was pretty good at checking it. I checked it like once or twice a week.
And then he went and got a second job on top of the school, on top of the paper.
Yeah. Then I decided to overload myself again. Then I decided to
I feel like
overload
you're getting
myself.
nothing done when you're not doing everything.
Exactly. So, that's what this is. Oh, okay. Hold on. Alright, never mind. Here we go. So, next up, Leon Edwards. The man responsible for giving me my biggest reaction to the sport.
You know what actually isn't talked about as much either?
What?
The man who took Usman out.
The man who took Usman out, I mean, Leon Edwards?
Yeah.
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 It's crazy.
Usman was wrecking it. He was holding down the forefront
He was.
for a decent time.
That was a 5-year title reign. dead ass.
And right now, we got Usman stepping in on short notice for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We don't hear much from commentating. That's fun too for Usman.
Yeah, he did do some analyst booth shit.
Yeah, so we got the man who took down Usman.
Yeah, Leon
One
Edwards.
of the Nigerian nightmares, as they were.
Yeah, it was the three African kings at the time. I was lucky enough to be able to witness most of that. I didn't see it when they won their belts, but I saw them in their reigns.
I came towards the tail end of it.
Yeah, you were towards the tail end of it. I got to experience it. That was time, man. Let me tell you. But looking back on it now, I always rooted for them to lose. I kind of feel
you always
bad.
want to see the guy,
the big guy get
you always
toppled.
want to see David versus Goliath.
Yeah, I feel bad for doing that because they had such a special title reign. I mean, despite me preying on his downfall, Usman held down the pandemic, man.
Yeah.
He was the most prominent fighter throughout the entire pandemic. And Ngannou held down the pandemic as well. Israel Adesanya, same thing. Israel Adesanya was a different case for me. I didn't really root against him that much at all, actually. I wanted him to reign for as long as he fucking could.
That's because of the whole style bending.
It's because of the whole style
bender. Undertaker dancing.
It's because of his character. Because of the character that he portrays. That's why I love him.
He was someone you could root for a lot more than his opposition.
Because Usman and Ngannou, they were just the destroyers.
Exactly.
They were just.
You could always root for the opposition more than you could them.
Yeah, and but enough about that. Though we have Leon Edwards here. We have Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates. Let me fucking tell you something about this motherfucker. Carlos Prates has been insane since debuting in the UFC. Part of the Fighting Nerds camp. We love the Fighting Nerds. They put out such great guys. This dude has won so many fights, and he's taken so many fights in the past year or so. He fought 3 times in 2024. He's fought 2 times on his way to a 3rd in 2025. This guy is active as shit. He's coming from a beautiful team. The Fighting Nerds, they're putting out fucking crazy motherfuckers. Crazy shit. Last time, his only 2 losses in his entire career, Carlos Prates. He only has 1 loss in the UFC career, and it's against Ian Gary. That's fine. Ian Gary's fucking good, man. Obviously here on the Front Row Access podcast, we're fans of Ian Gary. So, I know y'all have your own little rhetoric that you got going on with him, calling him a cuck and whatnot, but, he's kicking your ass, okay? And I know a lot of you guys like to call him a little bitch, but are you going to try to fuck with him? I'm not. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But he won against Jeff Neal his last time out. Lost to Ian Gary back in April, but he won against Neil Magny, Li Jingliang, and Carlos Ratic. So, I mean, this guy has been crazy, and he's always won in emphatic fashion. Round 1 knockouts, round 2 knockouts. The dude has crazy power. He's so good at kickboxing. He's so good at Muay Thai. But so is Leon Edwards. Alright? I mean, Leon Edwards hasn't really been the greatest as of late, but he's still the guy that took down Usman twice. He's still the guy that just disposed of Colby, which I guess that's kind of That's kind of but he still beat Colby, That's a notable win against a pretty big name. His last time
Colby was undefeated.
Yeah.
That was a time.
There was a time. And it was a good time. But then, Colby just got annoying. And that's how it went. But anyway, after taking a massive L to Bilal Muhammad back in July of 2024, he took a massive L to Sean Brady earlier this year in March by a round 4 submission. So, he has not fought since March. He's on 2 pretty bad losses as of right now. Leon Edwards is in a bit of a weird spot, to say the least. But he's got experience. He's got experience at the high level. He's a former champion. This is a big test for Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates, to this point, his biggest win is Jeff Neal. Legit. Now, I'm not trying to discredit Jeff Neal by any means. Jeff Neal's good. He's the gatekeeper at welterweight. You're not allowed to get to the top of welterweight unless you go through him. Like, he is a good fighter. But Protez hasn't faced somebody like Leon Edwards before. Protez hasn't seen this type of competition before. He hasn't fought somebody that's a former champion. You know, he's looking dangerous as hell right now. Don't get me wrong. He looks good right now, and Edwards looks a little bit more like yeah, I'm gonna roll right over him type deal. He's on a losing streak. He's not coming back and stuff like that. But guys, this is still Leon Edwards. You know, and at the start of this podcast, I probably would have told you Carlos Protez to win this one. I am officially changing my mind.
I'm right there with you.
It's Leon Edwards. you know?
For me, exact same boat as you. Then we went over the era of the Nigerian Nightmares as it was. And now, very slightly, we're going to shift it towards Leon Edwards. I'm going to go with 55 to 60% chance.
Yeah, it's still a close
Edward
fight.
It's very close.
Still a close fight.
But I'm going to put my basket in on Edwards.
Just because, like, I've not seen Carlos Protez fight somebody like this. Now, could he shock me and just dispose of Leon Edwards in round one? Yeah, totally.
Wouldn't even shock me.
I'm not discrediting it. I'm not discrediting it. He could do it. Especially with the way Leon's been lately, because this is a very much what have you done for me lately type of sport, and Leon Edwards the past year or so hasn't really been doing much for us lately, But he's still Leon Edwards. He's not old yet. He's only 33, 34. He's still here. And Carlos Protez, I think this is an excellent opportunity for him. This is exactly where he's supposed to be right now. But getting past the former champion that destroyed the Nigerian Nightmare twice, and then beat Colby Covington. I mean, it's like, I can't root against Leon. I'm taking Leon Edwards to win here. And now I'm not trying to say that Carlos Protez can't win. Like I said, I'm right there with you. I'm like on a 55% chance that Leon Edwards gets it done. But like, it's still very much could go. But I'm taking Leon Edwards for this one. I really am. Plus, he's been training, and he's been training good. I follow him on the Instagram and all that. So, yeah, I'm taking Leon Edwards. I think he's got this one. Fight of the night? I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna be fight of the night. Could be knockout of the night, depending on how it ends. But
I could also see a grueling war.
We could, but then that just we saw how Leon is when he gets into the trenches like that. I mean, look what happened with Usman. He was losing that fight, like decisively. He was 4 rounds to 1. Like he won that first round. Don't get me wrong. I remember like being in shock that he was doing so good against Usman. Like he was the first guy that took Usman down his entire career. And, like, to that point, obviously, once he faced Hamzat, that was, that was, But for the first time in his career, Usman wasn't taken down by Colby Covington. Usman wasn't taken down by Gilbert Burns. Usman was taken down by Leon Edwards. Like, Leon Edwards is, once again, just like Beneil, did y'all forget? Like, did y'all forget?
I mean, we did. We had Protez at the start of it.
We did. Did we forget, Anthony?
Yes.
Did we forget?
Yes, we did.
I think we forgot who Leon Edwards is.
But in all fairness, 2 losses.
That's true. 2 losses and pretty bad losses at that.
Skid. To be fair, that's why it's so close.
Yeah, it's a close fight. But I'm taking Leon, man. I got Leon for this.
Same. And another thing I got to mention this, it's kind of like as an aside note, Protez, Fighting Nerds.
Excellent.
They've been taking hits lately.
They have. Kyle Berhalio lost. Mauricio Ruffy lost.
Yeah, if it's exertion due to overtraining, that could also cause issues.
Yeah.
We don't know what their training camps are like.
That's something worth mentioning too. They have been taking some hits. Now, Leon Edwards, final answer for both of us.
Yep.
Let's move on to our featured fight of the evening. Sean Brady, the guy that beat Leon Edwards last time, who's dangerous as all hell.
As a side note, we don't always get too high-profile featured fights.
Yeah, these are 2 really good featured fights, man.
Like, it's not even coming, it's a featured fight.
Like, this is crazy.
And where the fuck were they with goddamn Gone? The fuck did I buy?
Poor Anthony, you got fucked.
I did.
You got fucked. You got a half-baked pay-per-view and then an anticlimactic ending. That's what you got. Merry
Some
fucking
bullshit.
Christmas.
Wait, let me get this. This some bullshit.
There you go. That was some bullshit. Oh, Jesus Christ. But let's talk about Sean Brady. Let's talk about Michael Morales. Both of these fucking guys are insane. Michael Morales has been nothing short but impressive lately. Michael Morales is on a crazy 18 fight winning streak right now. This guy has not fucking lost yet. He just beat Gilbert Burns. Yeah, his last time out, he beat Gilbert Burns. He beat Neil Magny. He beat Jack Matthews. Like, holy. He beat Adam Fugit, or Adam Fugit, as we call him.
Fuck it.
But this guy, and he's doing it all in, like, crazy ways. 3 of those 5 wins were by round 1 knockout. Like, this Michael Morales is a threat. You know? He is a threat. He is a problem. He is a crazy striker. He's got impeccable timing. He's got power, too. He's got that sneaky power. You don't even got, like... He's not a big guy. He's not a big guy. He's kind of slender. He's kind of lean, you know? He's not a big guy at all. But guess what happens? When he hits you. It's like... God damn it. You know?
Check his gloves. There's concrete in them.
Nope, there's nothing in here, sir.
No. There's drywall, some shit.
Drywall, some shit. No, anyway. And then he's 18-0 right now. Sean Brady, though? He's 18-1. This motherfucker is insane as well. He just beat Leon Edwards, a former champion. That was his last win back in March of this year. He also beat Gilbert Burns, you know? Poor Gilbert Burns. He's just been the sacrificial lamb for the new generation.
And they have also beaten Gilbert Burns.
It's so sad because Gilbert Burns was so good, you know? He's on his way out. Poor Gilbert Burns, you know?
I just hope he doesn't go out on a low note.
I hope he doesn't go out like a Tony Ferguson. We just want to prevent Tony Ferguson from happening. That's what we want to do. But anyway, he beat Gilbert Burns in September of 2024. My only problem with Brady is he doesn't fight a lot. Sean Brady doesn't fight a lot. Morales does.
Side note, spitballing here. Plan for a future episode. Who do we want phased out of UFC before they wind like Ferguson?
Who do we want phased out of UFC before they wind up like Ferguson?
I think this should be a side episode. Like we don't want Burns in there for much longer.
Yeah, definitely Burns. He'd be up there on the list.
But we got it. Well, we should make that a list.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do that one day. All right, back to the fight though. That's my problem with Sean Brady. He doesn't fight a lot. But when he does, he kicks ass. Don't get me wrong, but he doesn't fight a lot, and that to me is a red flag. You know, I'm like, what do you mean you haven't fought a lot? Like, this is the first time he's fought twice in a year, like ever. Sean Brady.
How old is he?
He's like 28.
18 fights, so he was fighting at 10.
He might have just had a lot of fights before it. Hold on, let me check Sean Brady.
He's just like, what the fuck do you mean?
Fucking
maybe in the UFC.
Fucking ESPN doesn't show their names. Sean Brady. Sean Strickland's suspension is almost up. Figured I should let y'all know about that because it looks to be he's gonna be on the first fight night on the Paramount.
Okay.
Not the first pay-per-view, the first fight night. He's gonna main event it. It looks like I've heard rumors.
What's his ranking? Because he was champion. So
yeah, he was champion. I think he's number 3 right now. Possibly number 2. But 32 years old for Sean Brady, so he's right in the middle of his prime. Okay, not bad. You know, he just hasn't fought a lot, and that's my problem with Sean Brady. Like, whenever he fights, he kicks ass. Don't get me wrong, this guy's a good fighter. He just doesn't do it often, and that irks me a little bit. You know, because I'm like, what do you mean? You're like at the peak of your athletic ability right now. Why aren't you fighting more? Which I think he probably realized that himself, hence why he's fighting 2 times this year. And it's the first time he's fought 2 times in a year, like, ever in the UFC. So, I don't know what he did in his amateur days. Maybe he was a crazy motherfucker fighting every 2 months, but regardless though, similar stats on both sides. Both of them have over 50% significant strike accuracy and have multiple takedowns per 15-minute average. So that's really good. And Sean Brady has proved himself to be able to hang in those deep waters. He finished Leon Edwards in the 4th round. That wasn't like round 1 or 2. He finished him in the 4th. And what I've noticed about the 4th round is the 4th round's the toughest round of fighting. It really is. Like, you motherfuckers are going out there in the 4th round, and they're like fighting their ass off. Like, they fought their ass off for 3 rounds, you know? Round 4 is usually like I'm taking a fucking breather right now. I still have one more round to fight, and I don't have that much left in the gas tank. And then round 5 is usually just chaotic, you know?
Yeah, because the other thing about round 4 specifically in this regards is your fight nights usually have 3 rounds.
Usually.
Now championships have 5.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that after you pass the 3rd one, you know there's 2 rounds left, so you can't empty it all out in 4,
Like, you still
otherwise you
gotta
won't
fight.
have shit for 5. Which means you gotta hold back enough where you have enough to deal damage in 5 if you're not sure you're taking them out in 4.
Yeah, because I've noticed with round 4, it's the hardest round of fighting, first of all, and it's the least likely round for a finish to happen. In all my time of watching fights, I've rarely ever seen a 4th round finish.
That's because they're saving the energy for 5th.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Sean Brady's an exception. He finished Leon Edwards in the 4th round, but I've mostly seen finishes happen in round 1, round 2, and round 5. I've mostly seen finishes happen. Like, round 3, round 4, I mean, round 3 is a little bit more common than 4, but 4, you almost never see something happen around 4. It's kind of nuts. You know, it's like a weird ass fucking trend that I've noticed in my fucking, what year is it? 2025?
Yeah,
In my
for
5 years.
another month and like 25 days.
Yeah, so like for the better part of 5.5 years, like I've noticed this. Like hardly anything ever happens in the 4th round. Like sometimes it does. It's still very much part of the fight, but like it's holy shit, you know? But based off that experience alone, the reason why I'm making this whole tangent is because I think Sean Brady has that edge here. And I'm actually taking him to win because he has that edge. I mean, this isn't a 5-round fight by any means, but training for a 5-round fight and beating a former champion makes for a good case to go against Michael Morales, who beat Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns is great, don't get me wrong, but he only fought for the title once. He got knocked out in round 1 by a jab. Like, you know, like, I love Gilbert Burns, don't get me wrong, but Usman disposed of him. Like, and he never quite made it back there. He almost made it back in like 2022-ish when he was really fighting a lot and winning a lot. But then he got hurt. He got a staph infection. He got an Achilles fucking thing happen, and he went out. Then he fought all these new guys, and he lost to him. And he's really lost a lot of momentum, Gilbert Burns, which is unfortunate because Gilbert Burns, like, if I'm to pinpoint like when Gilbert Burns like changed, it was that Hamzat fight, a fight he had with Hamzat all the way back UFC 273, I want to say, 273 when they had like crazy fight. And Hamzat got exponentially better from that fight, and Gilbert Burns only went on a decline after that. So it's those types of fights that really like define a fighter's legacy. And that was the defining moment for Hamzat that he belonged. That was the defining moment for Gilbert Burns that he might not make it back up like that ladder again. I hate to say it like that because like I love Gilbert Burns and he's a great fighter, but the Gilbert Burns we see now way different than the Gilbert Burns that existed going into the Usman fight. Like the Gilbert Burns that existed all the way back to the Usman fight, nobody was fucking beating that guy. Nobody was fucking beating that guy. But because he's beaten a former champion and he's beaten Gilbert Burns, his only loss has been to Bilal Muhammad, which that's the only gripe that I have for Sean Brady. He's the only motherfucker to get finished by Bilal Muhammad. Dead ass. Bilal Muhammad has not finished anybody else in his career besides Sean Brady, which is funny. But I'm still taking Sean Brady to win this fight by, I'd say probably a decision.
I got Sean Brady for this too, and I'm a lot more confident. I'm a lot more confident than I was with Edwards. I'd say this is 75 or 80% in his bag.
Yeah, I got Brady for this. He's got more experience. He's got bigger wins. I think he's got more tools. I think he's definitely going to be able to have an edge against Michael Morales. Michael Morales, really, he's hanging on a moment right now. Like, not to reference the early 2000s song "Hanging by a Moment," but he is pretty much hanging by a moment right now. He's waiting to land that big punch. Like, that's what this whole fight's going off of. The whole fight, the whole camp, I can almost guarantee is landing that punch. You know. Meanwhile, Sean Brady's probably been training everything. How are you going to negate this guy's attack? We know he's got power. How are you going to stop his advancing? Because he's going to try to knock you out round one. You know? I think Sean Brady's preparation is going to be better. I think his experience is going to help him. And I think ultimately that's going to take him to victory. And, yeah. That's what I got. I'm taking this as my fight of the night, by the way. So, I have big hopes for this fight. Go Morales. Go Sean Brady. You know, go make some money. Go get that bonus. Go get that fight of the night bonus. But that's that. Good to move on.
The one thing I wanted to say was, you mentioned Sean Brady being a bit inactive.
That's my only problem with him. It
Now
really
the
is.
thing is, for me, you don't get 18 wins on accident.
Oh, well.
So if the man only had like the chance to fight at those times and was training, which it seems like he's really big on from his fucking performances, then I'm a bit more confident in him. I'd bump it to like 85-90%.
Yeah, no, I think Sean Brady's got this. I really do. I mean, Morales can pull something out of his ass.
Of course.
Like anything, that's a fight. You know, end of the day, it's a fight.
That's why I'll never give anyone 100%.
Yeah, no.
I'm never gonna be surprised
It's
because there's nothing like.
I can be surprised,
What
but
was
like,
it? Not Pantoja. Was it Moreno who just got beat by number 11?
no, it was Royval.
Royval just got beat, and I'm sure if you had asked a lot of the viewers, they would have said, "Oh, it's easy. It's he's stepping in. Royval's got this. It's gonna be easy done."
Now
And then
what happened? What happened? That's my fight of the year, to be honest. Like, fuck.
It's like
That fight was crazy.
that left a shit ton of people speechless. I bet.
I'm trying to think of like what my fight of the year was. That's a top contender, man. I mean, obviously we have the FRA awards that we're gonna have at the end of the year, so
Yep.
I gotta start like thinking about like my nominations right now. But we still got a shit ton of like stuff to do. But
Yeah, we don't even know how the Islam fight's gonna go.
like we don't know. Like this could be closer than we think. But once we get to the main event discussion,
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk more about that. But as of right now, let's go over this co-main event, shall we?
Yep.
Valentina Shevchenko, our reigning, defending UFC Women's Flyweight Champion of the world, looks unstoppable right now. She just put the brakes on fucking Mananfuro. And Mananfuro just destroyed everybody else in the division going towards Valentina. And what did Valentina do? Was like, this was the girl that you wanted to throw at me? Really? And then she just fucking destroyed this girl. Like, it was crazy. Like, that was back in May. Back when Jack Della Maddalena won the belt off of Bilal Muhammad. But Valentina Shevchenko, she's all but lapped this division a couple of times now, to be honest. I mean, she had that one little, like, moment with Alexa Grasso. Like, that one Alexa Grasso hiccup that Alexa Grasso's going to hold on to for the rest of her career.
Yep.
As she fucking should. Anyway, but, you know, she had that little hiccup there. Got ended by Alexa Grasso. And then fought to a draw. You know, that was questionable judging. I still think Valentina should have won that, despite me thinking Alexa Grasso. Despite me wanting Alexa Grasso to win that fight, Valentina won that fight. I'm gonna be honest. Her reign should have started way before the fight at the Sphere happened. And then the fight at the Sphere happened, and then she just destroyed her. You know, so that was a fluke. Finally, you know. So Valentina has all but lapped this division a couple of times now, and Valentina's only losses in her career have been to Amanda Nunes and Alexa Grasso. You know, 1 to Alexa Grasso and 2 to Amanda Nunes. Dude, that's crazy. You have the greatest women's fighter of all time in Amanda Nunes, right? The only girl that you lost against, you know? She's beating everybody else. Except this one girl, her opponent, a girl that's had a similar reign at the strawweight division, right? Just 10 pounds below her. That girl being Weili Zhang. Weili Zhang, like literally, she beats everybody unless your name is Rose Namajunas. Like dead ass. Like she beats everybody. You know, unless your name is Rose Namajunas. If your name is Rose Namajunas, then well, you can beat Weili Zhang. But other than that, Weili Zhang and Valentina Shevchenko had a very similar title reigns. They're holding down this division and all but like fucking like saying this is really the best person you could find. You know, like think of the Amanda Lemos fight. How much of a tear Amanda Lemos was on going into that fight, and then what happened to her? You know,
So these are fighters that
these are
I
greats. These are
I can
greatest.
put in an S rank.
Oh my god,
They're
this is
fighters
double S if we're going
that
off that.
oh no. That now I get the reference. Trust me, I played a lot of games, but my S is like super class. Like you're not making the cut 97% of the time.
And these two ladies are up there, man.
These two are making the cut. They're the ones who send whatever you want at them in their division. They're gonna laugh at it, turn it around, and then say, "What else you got for me?"
Like nobody can beat them. the only people that can beat each other are each other in this fight, which is why this fight is so exciting and why I've been wanting it for so fucking long. You know, I'm finally getting it. I'm praying and hoping to God both girls make weight. I'm praying and hoping to God no injuries happen because I want to see this fight. Because the only way Alexa Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko is losing or Weili Zhang is losing is if it's to the other person. Like
or Nunes.
Or Nunes, but you know, Nunes is supposedly retired, but probably coming back to fight Kayla Harrison, which that'll be fun. When we get there, but that is not confirmed yet. So, Valentina and Weili Zhang, they are. This is I use the analogy a lot, almost to the point where it's like kind of stupid, but this is literally a case of the unstoppable force and the immovable object. It really is. Like these two girls are just killing it in both of their respective divisions. Both these girls have taken the top contenders in the world that would beat anybody else in that division and said, "Really? That's who you brought to me?" You know, it's like I see them as like the high and mighty queen, just like on a big ass throne, big ass scepter in hand. Like, really? This is who you want? Do you not know who the fuck I am? You know,
Kind of reminds me of Pereira when he does his finish, just
like memeing on him real quick. Like, this is what you got. Now, that's why this fight is so exciting. Because they are each other's weakness, I would say. The only person that I could see beating Valentina Shevchenko at this point in time is Weili Zhang, and the only people that I see beating Weili Zhang at this point in time is Valentina Shevchenko. Like, this is the fight. This is the Nunes and Shevchenko of the previous era. The Nunes and Shevchenko, I wasn't around for the fight, but I looked back at the history of it, and that was like the fight that people wanted at the women's division. Like this, very much like this fight between Zhang and Shevchenko. Both the girls are rather older now. They're 36 and 37. You know, they're at the end of their careers, but at the height of their skills and their wisdom of the sport. So, that's another reason why this fight is so intriguing to me. As the odds have it right now, this is basically a pick'em, guys. This is basically a pick'em. It is minus 105 to minus 115, which I think actually means I'll pick'em. So, like, this is... I don't even have a prediction for this fight. I just want to see it happen. Like, this is like Volkanovski and Islam Makhachev, I just wanted to see that happen. You know?
the first time, right?
The first time. Yeah, the second time, I was pretty convinced that Volk would win, and then he got knocked out. But this one, I don't really have a prediction. I really don't. Like, I've been thinking about this for, like, weeks now. I might have a small one, but it changes so regularly that I couldn't tell you otherwise. So, this fight, I just kind of want to happen. I just want to see it. I want to see the two girls of the pound for pound 1 and 2 of the women's division just go at it. Like, this is a spectacle. Like, this is a crazy fight. This is the Makachev and Volkanovski of the women's division right now. or if we want to use more recent terms, this is the Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev of the women's division. You know, even though that fight hasn't happened
I was
yet,
gonna say that fight hasn't happened.
even though that fight hasn't happened yet, I'm saying it's that same comparison. Like I said, if you want to use more recent terms, like everybody wants to see Ilya and Makhachev, right? Because the only way that we think the other one could get beaten is from the other one. You know, same deal here. It was the same deal 2 years ago when it was Volkanovski and Islam Makhachev. So I am so excited for this fight. I just want to see it happen. I'm like foaming at the mouth to see it. I really am. I'm like, I gotta see this fight. If I had to, like, gun to my head, you need to tell me who you think's gonna win. I'm going to tell you, shockingly, Weili Zhang. I think she's got more tenacity than Valentina, and I think she's got more grit and more willingness to win than Valentina. But ever so microscopically. Like, both girls aren't going to give an inch, but I think that Weili Zhang is a little bit more tenacious than Valentina is. Because she really hasn't had much of a fluke in her career at all. I mean, she had the head kick from Rose Namajunas, but, like, even then, it was Rose Namajunas that did it, you know? So if I had to, like, gun to my head, I would probably tell you Weili Zhang, but not very confidently. I would just say it to save my life, you know? But this is an interesting fight, and to be honest, that's not even really, like, my final prediction at all. Like I said, I don't really have a prediction for this fight. I just want it to happen. But if you had to say which way I'm kind of leaning right now, ever so microscopically, is Weili Zhang. So, because, like, she's big for her weight class, too. Like, she makes a pretty heavy cut to get to 115. I can almost guarantee the walk around rate for both Valentina and Weili is about the same. You know? I think she just cuts a little bit further. You know? But, obviously, both women are talented. Both women are generational. And I just want to see this fight. I'm not even saying I think Weili's going to win. That's literally if you were threatening my life and you wanted to tell me, like, and you wanted me to tell you what I thought. But, like, I have no prediction for this fight, but this is a crazy one. You guys need to watch this one, and I am praying and hoping to God that everything goes well and nothing bad happens, so that I can see it happen. But that's my rant on Valentina and Weili Zhang. No final prediction, just I want to see it. You know? Anything? What you got?
So, me, and you actually gave me an example I wasn't going to use. The only way I can make a prediction, about this is because you know my feelings about weight changes.
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel because Weili has to go up,
Mhm.
that Shevchenko, who has been fighting at that, is going to ever so slightly have the edge here.
Yeah.
And you gave me an example I didn't even think of, but Volk went up and Volk lost.
Yeah.
That's the only reference I could possibly ever use for this, is the weight class. That's just how good both of them are.
Just coming down on the weight. Really is.
That's it. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
I got nothing else on that. That's the only thing I got.
Like, yeah, this is a crazy fight, y'all. It really is. This is literally like a generational fight. I am praying and hoping to God that it works. You know, like, obviously, both girls have never really let anybody down before. They always make weight. They always show up. They never really get injured. But, like, this one especially, I'm trusting your professionalism, like, 100%. Now, both girls have been extremely professional. Both women are extremely professional. And they never have a problem making weight. Never have problems showing up. I've never seen a Valentina fight or a Weili Zhang fight get canceled in my entire time watching this. Maybe you guys who are older UFC fans than me, I came around in 2020. Anthony came around in 22. We're still relatively new, you know, but we know enough now, you know. And I've never seen Weili Zhang or Valentina Shevchenko ever have to pull out of a fight in my entire time watching, and it's about 5 years worth of watching, which pretty solid amount of time if you ask me. But you know, I guess you could. I'm still within that newness range. Once I cross that 6th year, 7th year, then I'll pretty much be considered like a respectable like MMA like fan because everybody's like, the 5 year mark. That's like the milestone mark. If you get to this point, we know you love the sport, but like you still have like a tiny amount of time that you need to spend. But once you get past the 5 year mark, I'm pretty sure you're in the clear. You know, then you can be considered like a seasoned UFC fan, if you will. But that's all I have to say about this fight, man. I have no prediction. Like I said, the only way you can get a prediction out of me is if you hold a gun to my head. And there's no gun. And there's no gun against my head right now. So it's like I just want to see this fight happen. I really do. It's a generational fight. It's like, let me see it. Just show me some magic. You know, show me something. Give me a spectacle. Make sure that the hype that I've had for this fight for the past like 2 years or so was rightfully put. You know, and let me see it on the screen. Let me see you guys go to war. Let me see you guys test each other to like the best of your ability, just like Volk did to Makachev, just like Makachev did to Volk. You know, let me see that, and that's all I gotta say about this fight. I'm praying and hoping to God that I think I might like this. I think I might like this fight more than the fucking main event, to be honest with you.
Not too surprising, honestly, especially because we don't know how it's gonna end yet.
Yeah, and it's just like, and plus it's so fucking close. Like I said, it's a pick 'em fight. -105 to -115. That's essentially like, I don't fucking know. Have fun. You know, they slightly give it to Shevchenko, but it's by like 10 points. It's not even.
It's probably because of the weight.
It's literally only comes down to the weight. Like we haven't seen Whaley at this weight, and stuff like that. But both girls have tremendous takedown accuracy. Both girls have about one sub average per fight, 2 takedowns a fight, over 50% on significant strikes landed. Like Valentina at 69.6, Whaley Zhang at 64.1. Like, holy fuck. Like, how do you not get excited for this fight? But that's all I gotta say for that one. Let's go to this main event. Our reigning, defending welterweight champion of the world, Jack Della Maddalena, and our former lightweight champion, who just owned the division for the better part of 3 years, Islam Makhachev. Let's talk about this. As the odds have it right now, Islam Makhachev is the -290 favorite to Jack Della Maddalena's +235 underdog. Despite it being a little bit outstretched, it's fair. You know, Jack Della Maddalena just won a fight that nobody really thought he was gonna win. You know, I personally wrote his obituary before he even stepped in the octagon. I thought Bilal Muhammad was just gonna fuck him up about 6 different ways to Sunday, and that would be that. You know, Islam Makhachev, on the other hand, coming off a big win against Renato Moicano and a war with Dustin Poirier. You know,
Wasn't for that ankle.
wasn't for that ankle pick, but both guys are insane. They're very skilled. Um, Islam Makhachev, I don't think you guys need me to tell you about Islam Makhachev all that much. This dude hasn't lost in 10 years. 10 years this dude hasn't lost. And the one loss he had, he was winning that fight until he got caught. You know? Jack Della Maddalena, he's had a bit of a Cinderella story to this point. He was never supposed to be here, essentially. Let's take a look at Jack Della's record here. He faces Kevin Holland, and that was his first big time big time fight. Next, actually no, yeah, it was his first big time fight. I mean, he fought Brandon Hafez and Randy Brown, which great guys, but those are very much like here you go type of fights. You know, go ahead and earn your shit. He beats Kevin Holland by a split decision, and I remember personally that Kevin Holland. I thought Kevin Holland won that fight. I thought Kevin Holland won against Jack. So already, my perception of Jack has gone down a little bit. You know, but then he goes ahead and he knocks out Gilbert Burns. I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know, March 9th, 2024, he knocks out Gilbert Burns, but Gilbert Burns is on a losing streak at this point. You know, he's on the way out. So I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, he knocked out Gilbert Burns. That's great and all, but he still hasn't given me that big win yet. So when he got confirmed to go ahead and fight Bilal Muhammad, I essentially wrote his fucking obituary. I was like, this dude isn't gonna win. I'm sorry, Jack is good, he's talented, but he's not gonna win. You know, I'm like, there's no way he's going to. And Bilal Muhammad's on his way to defending that belt. You know, he proceeded to piece him up for fucking 5 rounds. He proceeded to defend every takedown that Bilal Muhammad threw at him, which wasn't a lot, but still, every takedown that came, he defended. I saw a spectacle of a performance from Jack Della Maddalena, and I was like, holy fuck. I didn't know you had that in there. I didn't know you had that in you, guy. Like, holy shit. Like, he proceeded to piece him up, walk him down, and convincingly, not even maybe, it wasn't split at all. It was a unanimous decision. And easily, watching that fight, you and I watching that fight in Buffalo Wild Wings, I was like, I think Jack just won. Like, I think by the fourth round, once that wrapped up, I'm like, Jack's about to win. Like, holy fuck. Like, he's about to, like, have a Cinderella story right now. And that's what he did. So, Jack Della Maddalena, he's skilled, man. He's good everywhere. He's got good boxing. He's got good ground game. And, man, he's a champ, man. And he won against a guy that was terrible for, like, his, like, fighting style. Like, he beat the dude that was just horrible for his style. His style of fighting, he's very long. He's a long guy. He likes to use his length. He likes to use his long arms to defend takedowns and use the jab and get some really good boxing combinations. Bilal Muhammad was the worst person for him in the face. And what did he do? He made that shit look easy. He went out there and won 3 rounds to 2, if that. It could even have been 4-1. To be honest, I think it might have been more 4-1. I think that's what it ultimately ended up being. Now that I'm remembering. But Jack Della is skilled. And man, he proved it to me that night. He really did. Like, the amount, like, I always liked Jack. I always liked Jack Della. I've always been a big fan of his. But I never knew that he had that in him, And that impressed me.
That's one of the best parts about watching this. You never know what they have to give you.
Yeah, it's like, I had no idea that you had that in you. Like, you went out there and just completely just destroyed my entire prediction of you. Shattered all of my perception of you. Now I'm looking at you like a legit, like, holy shit, like, you're good, you know? But are you good enough to beat Islam? I mean, Islam has more than proven himself as a dominating force. He's a massive lightweight. Like, this dude is huge for that weight division, and he held that shit down for years. Now, I'm not trying to say that, like, Jack isn't good by any means, or that Islam's gonna mow him down. I really don't think so. Guys, I actually think this fight's gonna be closer than you might think. Especially if Jack is, like, brings that same energy that he brought against Bilal Muhammad. If he brings that same energy, it could be a bad night for Islam, I think we're at the precipice of either we will see how good Islam Makhachev truly is if he beats Jack here, especially if it's in a dominating way, or we could see his fucking greatest test, if not defeat. Like, this is a very odd fight for me to look at from a different kind of lens. And like I said earlier in the podcast, this is a very much what have you done for me lately kind of sport, and Jack Della's been doing it for me lately. And so is Islam. So it's kind of hard to piece it all together. But ultimately, I just can't say what I think is going to happen. But if I had to give a prediction, which I am going to give a prediction for this, I'm not just going to forfeit it like I did on the last one. I do think Islam Makhachev wins this fight. I do think Islam Makhachev beats Jack Della Maddalena. But it's not gonna be easy. It's really not. Jack Della is much bigger than him. He fights very similarly. And I could, honest to God, see a world where he beats him. Just somehow, some way. I might be sounding kind of strange or delusional when I say it like that, but no, I'm actually not going to be surprised if Della Maddalena is able to give Makhachev his toughest test and possibly his first defeat. His first defeat in a while, I should say. But It's such a hard fight because like everything tells me that Islam wins this fight, and that's why I'm saying Islam wins this fight. But it's the spectacle of Jack Della Maddalena that is going to be dependent on how I feel on fight day. I really think it's really going to come down to like I'm saying Makachev right now, and I'm solid in saying Makachev right now. But on fight day, this can change, especially once I see those first couple of rounds. Now, could we see the greatest Islam performance of his life? He gets rid of Jack Della Maddalena in round one, and that's that. That can happen because it's fucking Islam Makachev. But honest to God, think this fight is closer than a lot of people are making it out to be. Just because Jack Della Maddalena has just a unique way of fighting that separates him from a lot of different like champions and contenders. He's just got something. I don't know what the something is. It's not overt skill. I mean, it is skill, but like it's not like completely like yeah, he's got a big time skill advantage. No, he's just got something. I can't even really say what it. Maybe it's heart. Maybe it's just a drive to win, or the fact that he's just so goddamn stoic that he doesn't really give a fuck what happens to him. You know. But there's something about him that sets him apart from a lot of different people right now. He's a bit of a weird anomaly. This current moment. He's a little unpredictable, a little mysterious, if you will. But I'm going to say Islam Makhachev. But man, it's not. I'm pretty solid in that prediction of Islam Makhachev. But I'm not completely like I'm solid, but I'm not completely solid. If that makes complete sense. Like I know there's room for something to happen here, and I'm looking forward to seeing this fight. I really am. That's what I got on this one.
For me, you all know because I literally just said it about how I feel about people moving up in weight.
Yeah.
There's exceptions to rules.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Islam is an exception to that rule here. I've got him doing it because I see him, I will always see him as an unstoppable force. He's going to be there until I see him stopped.
Yeah.
I don't see JDM as an immovable object.
No.
He's just...
He's an anomaly.
He's an anomaly, and he's not as... So, what I want to use here. He's not... This word's gonna annoy me because I won't be able to remember it. But, not standoff it.
Stoic, sturdy.
Kind of like, sorry, like when you know they're there. End all, be all.
Present.
I guess we can use that word. He's not as present as the champion as Islam was.
Oh my god, it's almost completely the champion.
3 fucking years.
3 years of just
we
terror.
keep wanting this guy to go down.
He never does.
JDM's done it for what?
He's at 6 months under him?
A couple months?
Yeah.
So he's not the champion for me just yet.
Yeah.
Not as much as Islam is.
Yeah, because
not saying he's not good. He's fucking good. He won the championship for a reason. He'll kick all our asses. We could all gang up on him. He'll kick all our asses.
Yep. And plus, like, there's always that notion, like, I always bring it up, like, people say sometimes you get 30% better once that championship belt is around you.
I don't know if JDM, the one who won the championship, plus 30%, could take down 3 years Islam. Just... Call me crazy, but I just don't see that. So
like,
I'm sticking with Islam.
Yeah, I'm just taking Islam. But, like, yeah, I'm definitely taking Islam for this fight. But Jack Della Maddalena, if I'm to describe him, he's an anomaly that's easily controllable, but has that ever so slight notch in him, like ever so slight, like imperfection in him, if you will, that can fuck up your whole thing. It's like trying to, like, how do I even say it? I'm trying to explain it in like cyber terms. It's like having a super like crazy ass firewall or a crazy ass line of code. There's this one thing that's auxiliary off to the side that could cause some issues if it's not handled correctly, but you would know how to navigate around it. However, sometimes as you're trying to navigate around it, you might dismiss it, and then all of a sudden, it becomes a problem and destroys your whole code. It's like a little bug that's off to the side that doesn't really mean a whole lot in the moment. Like, it could be bad if, like, you accidentally trigger it. It could break your code, But you know how to get around it. I think that with Jack Della Maddalena, like, he's this anomaly that you can control. Like, you look at him on the surface, you can see an easy path for victory from Islam Makhachev, but there's that one thing that if it's not addressed correctly, it could mean chaos for everything else. Then you get Bilal Muhammad again. Like, Bilal Muhammad had every reason to beat Jack that day. He had every reason. And he didn't. Because he didn't handle that one tiny little bug in the anomaly correctly. And Jack Della Maddalena was able to capitalize it. Now, what that bug is, I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's his jab. Maybe it's a silly little kick he does. Or like a weird punch combination that you're not used to seeing. And then you're like, okay, I wasn't used to seeing that, but I'll be right next time. Okay, I got hit with it again. I'm definitely going to see it next time. Oh, shit, I got hit by it again. Now I'm bleeding. It's like, he's unnoticeably noticeable. It's strange. It's the only way I can, like, describe him. Like, you have, like, a routine. You have a way to beat him. But there's that one slight thing that if you don't handle it and address it correctly, you're fucked.
So I thought of, it's like you said, going around that little bug thing of how I wanted to word that. Undeniably. That's the word I want to use.
Jack
there.
is definitely undeniable. Like, you can't just brush him off. He's not just Jack Della Maddalena. He's not.
But I'm talking like Islam. He's way more undeniable than JDM.
JDM, easily.
That's
easily.
like the workaround I want to use then until I think of that word. It's just like JDM is fucking good, but Islam, just that. It's but Islam.
Yeah, it's but Islam. Yeah, but I'm still super excited for that fight. It's not so much as I want to see the fight happen. I'm just intrigued by what that fight's gonna look like. I want to see it happen. I want to make sure. I want to see it. Like, that's literally all I can really say about it. I'm predicting Islam, but I still want to see it. Like, I'm not just being like, Islam's gonna destroy it. I don't need to watch that.
Side note: could Mike Bell be trapped somewhere?
That would be awesome if he could be trapped for this fight. Can Jason Herzog not be the ref too? Let's have a good ref in there. Let's put someone good in there. Let's put Herb Dean in that bitch. let's put fucking Mark Smith in that bitch. Not Jason Herzog, please, or Dan Mercagliata, please and thank you. But yeah, that's UFC 322, guys. Coming out this weekend.
Are y'all as excited as we are?
I'm excited as hell for this one. Holy shit, man. This is going to be such a good fight card. Plus, that main event. It's so good, man. It's so good. That co-main event, too.
Oh, yeah.
But UFC 322. Going down. Madison Square Garden. New York, New York. Early prelims start at 6 p.m. Prelims are at 8. Main card is at 10 p.m. Make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you watch. Make sure you tune in, because this is something you don't want to miss.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on our socials. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, and we're on TikTok. We're not on Facebook. Fuck that shit. But we're on everywhere else. So, that being said, get ready for NF next week, and we'll give you some live updates as it's going on. I'll see y'all later.